All right, welcome back here to Miami, where from now on in this World Baseball Classic, single elimination games, quarterfinals, 2 to be played here in Miami. Then the semifinal games and the championship, and our first of the 2 Miami quarterfinals, Puerto Rico and Mexico. And here's the starting lineup for Puerto Rico. Francisco Lindor has been outstanding in this tournament. He's the leadoff hitter, of course, and the shortstop, Kike Hernandez. Nelson Velasquez to get a right-handed bat in there toward the top of the order. He gets the start. Rivera, Javi Baez, Eddie Rosario, the first lefty on that list, and the only one in the starting lineup. Then Christian Vasquez homered against the Dominican Republic as the DH. Neftali Soto and Martin Maldonado against a guy yonder who's got really great stuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of just potent stuff. He likes to work fast, likes to work at the top of the zone. For me, is the secondary stuff. Is he landing his curveballs? Is he landing his changeup? And let's take a look at his arsenal. We know this guy likes to work fast, but fast is an understatement. It's a four-seamer coming at you, the slurve, the changeup. That slurve, though, he likes to mix it. It's a little bit of a softer pitch, but at times, especially with 2 strikes, it's more of a slider cutter mix to the back foot hitters or the right-handers. I can't wait to watch this dude play. Look, he's a guy that if he can just get 3 or 4 innings, I think it's ideal. 65 pitches is the limit for him, but I can't wait to watch him.
And he's pitched in some huge games already in his young career. The defense behind Urias, Rosarena, you heard JP talking about him. He's been the star for Mexico in this World Baseball Classic. Alec Thomas, excellent defensive center fielder. Alex Verdugo in right. Paredes, Trejo on the left side of the infield. And then Luis Urias and Joey Meneses, the first baseman. Very experienced catcher and a guy who works with Urias a lot with the Dodgers. Austin Barnes, I think he's helped Team Mexico a lot. And here we go. The left-hander's first pitch in this quarterfinal game is a fastball outside for ball 1 to Lindor.
Yeah, velocity is key. That's what I'm going to be keying on, especially in the first couple hitters. If he's got that 95, 96 right up in the zone, we know he's pretty sharp. If it's that 92, 93 sinker, he might be tinkering and going to the softer stuff early on.
That was a swing, so it's 1-1 to Lindor.
Usually early on, first at bat, 1-1 counts. He likes to go up the ladder. We'll see if he's playing a little bit of the cat and mouse game early.
He went down with another off-speed pitch to Lindor. It's 1-2, and I do think, look, it's a different format. Not only is it an elimination game, but also it's still March.
That's
Urias is on a pitch limit, so he's not going to pitch into the 7th inning here today.
Yeah, but I think the more important thing you said is the first thing. It's elimination game. So you got to pitch every inning like you have runners in scoring position, and it could be your last. So this is not a time where, okay, let me make sure I command a heater. No, it's go.
Ahead of Lindor, 1-2, and Lindor pulls this one down the left field line, foul.
Heavy dose of breaking balls right there by Urias. And one thing Lindor has done, as we see the Mexican manager and Benji Gil, they've done a really good job of counter-offering on Lindor, right? Lindor's been crushing fastballs, especially early in the count. Right here, there's a quick adjustment going on. Urias is letting people know, I've been studying you. Just a good pitch up in the zone right there. No messing around. So we see that four-seamer. Look at the ride on this. Look how underneath Lindor is on it. Yeah, he's late. He's underneath. He had no chance. Well executed pitch right there by Urias.
So 1 out, and he gets through the leadoff hitter and the superstar leader of Team Puerto Rico, Francisco Lindor. And that'll bring up Kike Hernandez. And the righty stacked in there. Of course, that Puerto Rico is fairly right-handed heavy anyway. And Lindor, the switch hitter, who's had a lot of success from the right side. Good breaking ball for strike 1.
Oh, Yadier Molina is talking so highly of Kike Hernandez. When I asked him, he said he's just a good teammate. We talk about a guy who wants to go to Boston. He's in Boston playing shortstop. Comes and plays for Team Puerto Rico and says, we're going to go to center field. He says, no problem. If my captain, my leader is commanding shortstop, just put me in, coach. I'll play center for you.
1-1. And the change up. No swing. It's 2-1.
You know, one thing about Lindor, he's going to have that communication. He's the first guy that has seen Urias tonight. Right away, as soon as that strikeout he went right up to Kike and said, hey, this is what I'm seeing from him.
Good swing, but a foul ball. And that could be part of what you're talking about. Like, hey, elimination game, the pattern, the strategy might be a little different tonight.
Yeah, a lot of times he'll let you know the action on the move. Hey, this changeup's got bite down, not bite to the side. You know, a lot of times it's a lot better to get a warning on what the pitch is doing, so then you can kind of go up there and be like, okay, it's got to start here for me to go and attack it.
2-2.
Can he go up the ladder here?
Let's see if he tries. He tried, but he went too high.
He catches that ball bare hand. He was disgusted with that pitch right there. He didn't like it. You know, 3-2, anything goes here for him. It's a guy that really controls all three pitches. Doesn't necessarily a fastball count.
That is ball 4. It wasn't a fastball, and he missed. So Kike Hernandez is the first base runner of the game. And he's got speed. Austin Barnes is a really solid catcher, good game caller. And you have a left-hander on the mound. That makes it a little more tough. But in the big leagues, we do see teams from time to time try to run on Austin Barnes. A little more aggressively, say, than against Martin Maldonado, the catcher from Puerto Rico. Nobody at second base and a ground ball base hit.
Oh, we got action.
Hernandez digging for third, and he'll make it in there first and third with one out.
We got action. Early and often is key for Team Puerto Rico. Urias is in a pickle right now. Look at this shift. This is a hit and run, not a hit and run executed, but just you see the shift, you just go right with it. We're going to get first and third. Urias in a pickle early on. Kike loves it.
That's Nelson Velasquez's first hit of this World Baseball Classic. And if you're watching a tournament game for the first time this year and you've been paying attention to what's happening in big league spring training, the pitch clock rules, the ban against overshifts, those are not in play in this WBC. So we're playing by 2022 MLB rules. So you saw the overshift, and it cost Mexico there, ball 1 to Emmanuel Rivera. He's had a lot of good at bats so far for Puerto Rico.
Urias so far is using all his pitches, 4 sliders, 5 fastballs, 4 changeups. It's been a good mix. Mayagüez native Manuel Rivera. What a spot, what a moment for him right now.
Trying to get out in front against Mexico. Fly ball down the right field line. And Verdugo goes into a slide, can't catch it. It's just foul. Now, if he catches that, it's one of those where you have a decision to make. In the first inning, I think if you can get it out, you take the out. If he caught that, the run was going to come in to score.
No question about it. If you're Team Puerto Rico, you feel very confident about this situation. 18 for 40 with runners in scoring position in this tournament. You feel really good about yourself, especially early on.
In a lot of ways, it was their key to advancing here to the quarterfinals. They were not a big power hitting team in their 4 games already here in Miami.
He's gone soft here 1-1 early on.
This time he goes soft again and bounces it. It's 2-1.
Well, he's lost that changeup. He's a little bit too quick with his front side, kind of getting on top of that changeup. You know, as a hitter, when you're getting on top too much, you get too steep on it. That's exactly what's happening to Urias on the pitching side. He's got to feel that timing with his fingers. It's all a timing. That pitch is all timing and feel.
2-1. That one is hit down the right field line. Verdugo tracking after it again. This one he will get there, make the catch. Kike tags. Here comes the throw all the way home. It's offline. And Hernandez scores the first run of the game. It's 1-0.
biggest knocks for Puerto Rico is after the first round play, scoring runs has been a difficulty. So far early on right now, they're having really good at-bats, swinging at the right pitches. 1-0 Puerto Rico.
Yeah, what you're referring to is their history in this World Baseball Classic through the years. They've been a dominant team often in the first round games and then haven't played quite as well as the tournament has moved on.
Look at Rivera right there in the dugout saying everything's pa fuera. Todo es pa fuera. Everything's up. Everything's away. They're not fearing anything in. Nothing at all. That's why you're seeing most of their foul balls to the right side.
Let's see if Javi Baez tries to take that approach here. Up and away, ball 1.
Well, these righties, if Urias wants to have a good outing here, he's got to crowd somebody. Because these hitters right now, if you don't crowd them, you feel free as a hitter. You're extending your arms. You can let the ball get back to you. You have all the time in the world.
Big swing and miss over top. That off-speed pitch 1-2.
That's a good changeup right there. Oh, there's some history there, isn't it? Including the postseason. The magician, Mago.
Well, you would figure Baez would be one of the main weapons against a tough lefty like this. 1-2. Poked behind first. Chasing after it, Meneses, and it hits the net. He goes tumbling. Once it hits the net, it's a dead ball. Baez will live to see at least one more pitch.
Got to be careful.
It is interesting in the era of the bigger nets that extend farther down the line. A lot of corner infielders have learned how to use that net.
Use it to your advantage. You know you're not going to get hurt by falling with the crowd or their seats or.
It's literally a safety net.
Yes.
Runner goes 1-2, driven to right field, hard hit. Going back on the ball, Verdugo. It is gone.
Bayamón. Javi Baez is here to play. Bayamón's finest. Javi Baez. What a swing. What a moment. Team Rubio.
You spotted it in the dugout. What was Emmanuel Rivera saying?
Everything's away. Everything's up and away. You have all the freedom in the world. Baez certainly took advantage of that. We know coming in with the postseason history and the overall history of the numbers, Javi likes to face him. You see that fastball up and away. Oh, look at Javi. Oh, baby. Bayamón's finest. He's here to play. You think he knew it was out?
He did. I wasn't 100% sure. The wall's a little taller out there. But it made it over by plenty.
Look at Lindor. El Capitán.
First home run in the World Baseball Classic for Javi Baez this year. He did hit the home run against Mexico in 2017. That was just a beautiful swing.
Oh, what a swing.
Puerto Rico, they have 7 first-inning runs now in 5 games in this tournament. They have been a quick starting team. After the meet on the mound, Eddie Rosario drives one to the deep part of the ballpark. Thomas at the wall. That one's gone. Back to back.
Guayama, Puerto Rico. Rosario's finest. What a swing. The 2-step back.
The only lefty in the lineup against Urias. First pitch to the big part of the ballpark.
It's a party. Look at that moment for him.
His second home run of this World Baseball Classic. And now it's a 4-run first inning. Urias just getting clobbered here.
Well, he sees that fastball, ambush fastball. Guy who's known to ambush people gets a fastball hard to the plate. It just sounds different when Rosario's hitting it.
2-0. Julio Urias may not be in this game for very long the way this is going.
Careful with that heater. That's a good one right there. We saw him the Dominican game. Vasquez, 2-0 heater. He demolished it to left. That fastball right there was much better executed down and away. If he can live down and away, he'll have a chance. So far this inning, 25 pitches. This is a win for Puerto Rico all the way.
Oh, in every way you could look at it. What a start. Vasquez got the scoring started against the Dominican Republic with a home run. In the decisive final game of the pool, winner moves on, loser goes home. Incredible atmosphere, tension, and Vasquez's home run put Puerto Rico ahead.
Talk about Urias, and we said, what do we need to key on? His fastball command just hasn't been there this inning.
That one was right down the middle.
Usually he's not there. When he is on, he is living in the corners. He's got full command of his pitches. He's thrown some bad changeups. He's thrown some good ones. But right now, 27 pitches, not ideal. And at this point, if you're Mexico, you got to start thinking about, okay, when has he had enough?
Yeah, soon, I think, is the answer. Bullpen is going now. 3-2. Foul. Well, we had questions. I think they were very natural ones. After the way the game ended the other night. And how emotional that scene was for Puerto Rico even after a great win. Would they be ready to play tonight? Would their hearts be in it? I think we've answered those questions. Vasquez to right center field. Verdugo's going to get there to make the catch. Well, Mexico comes up in the bottom of the first in a huge task because they have fallen behind. Rosarena has been great. So has Joey Meneses. He had the monster game against the United States. Rowdy Tellez, the DH and cleanup hitter. Paredes, Urias, Alan Trejo, Alec Thomas, and Austin Barnes rounding out a lineup with a lot of talent, a lot of big league experience against a guy pitching for Puerto Rico. He was the MVP of the World Baseball Classic for the United States back in 2017, Marcus Strowman.
Yeah, Pool D against Nicaragua took the no decision, but pitched to Gem. 4 2/3. He's going to take advantage of this lead, try to get early swings. He's going to use all his pitches. In the last start, he was on with his fastballs. His slider, his breaking ball, threw some good ones, threw some bad ones at times. But when you look at this number, and Randy Rosarena, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it gives you a little freedom when you start the game with a 4-run lead, but this guy has just been so good. 5
doubles, 1 homer, 9 RBIs.
And it's not to say he hasn't been really good in the regular season. He has, but it kind of mimics what he did in 2020 in the playoffs. Rosarena in these big game settings has just been unbelievable. His career MLB postseason average .333 with 11 home runs, and he's been even better. He's got an OPS in the 4 games in Phoenix of 1,700. But he bounces this one up the middle, and Javi Baez hasn't played perfectly. Little high with the throw, but it's there for out number 1.
He's got good bite on that sinker. And Strowman, that's what he's going to do. He's going to rely on his defense. You know, for him is all about executing in the corners. If he can execute in the corners, if he can feel that finesse, that swag, that you know, just the aura of who he is. If he feels that early on in this outing, Mexico is in trouble.
Now Verdugo, a big chopper up the middle, and Lindor, what range, and the throw got him at first.
Oh my.
Beautiful play.
Oh my. Strowman loves it. Verdugo can't believe it. Talk about the range that he covers. Check out his first step. Boom. Put it in your pocket. That's a good play. Wow.
You know, the way he was positioned there too, I think Mets fans are going to be seeing a lot of that without the big overshifts. It's kind of right where you expect against a left-handed hitter. He's often going to be playing. He showed a ton of range.
What an athlete.
Outs above average leaders in all of baseball at every position going back now a lot of years, but Francisco Lindor can still pick it at short.
One of the things I noticed with Lindor playing with him is just his ability to be so consistent. You never see him overthrow a ball. Everything is just done so smooth. You take it for granted on how good he is.
That's a strike.
Marcus Stroman's got a really good fastball today. Usually he's 88, 91. Today he's got a couple ticks on it. Oh, he's feeling it. Maybe a little pause here. Vanessa's got a high leg kick. He can use it.
He will. He's one of those pitchers, and there are more and more of them. He'll try to use those timing devices. His defense behind him: Rosario, Kike Hernandez, Velasquez, then Rivera, Lindor, Baez, and Soto, with the great Martin Maldonado, one of the great defensive catchers in the world, behind the plate. Two down, nobody on. Tight slider, strike two.
So right there, after throwing that slider down and away, he likes to freeze you down and away with a heater. He likes to go up and in with a heater, but he can also repeat with that changeup. He doesn't mind throwing the changeup to the righties. So many windows he can go with here. He's feeling it. We can see a pause. We can see a quick pitch. Anything goes.
More normal delivery and just a normal ground ball to short. Lindor makes the throw. And that couldn't have gone better for Puerto Rico in the first inning. 4 runs on offense and a 1-2-3 inning for Strowman.
Edwin Diaz not in attendance here tonight, but very much the inspiration behind Puerto Rico's early 4-0 lead. He sent out this message after his injury on Wednesday, quote, "To all my beloved fans, especially Mets fans, I want to let you know that I am doing well and healing. I feel blessed and grateful for your support with messages and prayers. Thank you very much. I can't wait to see you guys in New York again and hear those trumpets." Dave?
Well, we can't wait to hear those trumpets ourselves, and it's just a really unfortunate situation. He was so great in that game, and the game couldn't have been better. An incredible win, an entire island watching, and this stadium going nuts. And it was a tough scene at the end of that game, and our best to Edwin Diaz. He had the surgery. I think everybody assumes that, okay, get it fixed. It's going to be a long rehab, but he should be just fine when he comes out at the end of it. Not an arm injury. Neftali Soto strikes out swinging. Julio Urias, I wasn't sure that he was going to stay in the game after the way the first inning went, but he gets the strikeout here.
Yeah, that's Julio right there, though, in that at-bat, dominating the inner part of the plate, making the adjustment, going up in the zone afterwards. That's Julio right there, working in and out. That first inning, though, he had no feel for the inner third of that plate. Everything was away. Everything was up and away. When you're missing out over to these hitters, they're going to make you pay.
Benji Gil, the manager from Mexico, who was hoping, ground ball from Maldonado, this foul ball, was hoping that between Urias and then maybe a sort of hybrid longer type reliever to get through 6 or 7 innings and then be in the back end of the bullpen. Obviously, it's going to be a much different night for him managing.
Oh, yeah. Talk about Martin Machete Maldonado. You know, he has 5 at-bats of 3-2 counts. You know, not every time you're going to expect to hit, but he makes you work.
I tell you what, he had a bunt hit in pool play that was just a huge play in Puerto Rico's rally against Johnny Cueto in the Dominican Republic. He shuts down the running game. Pitchers love working with him.
Molina was raving about him early in the meeting today. You know, the way he prepares. I mean, he commands the room. He commands the meeting. This is a guy that's very, very well known to prepare. But in the bat, he's frisky. I mean, you miss with a pitch, and he'll make you pay.
He does have some power. 1-2 in the dirt.
Ball.
And to your point, he doesn't go quietly.
He grinds you out. Urias here, he wants to finish this at bat right now. He doesn't want to get to 3-2. I would think he would challenge him here. Up and in.
Let's see if Maldonado can turn on one. 2-2. He got him with the fastball.
A lot of times you can tell the demeanor on Urias, right? Took his time with that pitch. He wanted to put him away. His go-to, obviously, with 2 strikes is that up and in fastball, that high fastball. Too much for Martin Maldonado right there.
Urias, who's from Culiacan, has since he was a very young boy. I mean, he was a star at such a young age. That ball is yanked foul off the bat of Lindor. Dreamed about playing for Mexico, being a part of this team. Coming off a great year with the Dodgers. He was 3rd in the National League Cy Young voting. And they expect him to have a big year again this year, but so far tonight been tough. Lindor swings and misses.
Much better command with that fastball in this inning.
And who knows, maybe the adrenaline. I mean, this is a guy who's pitched in the deciding game of the World Series, so he's felt adrenaline before, but home runs were a little up against him, and the 2 home run balls got him here tonight already. 0-2. Lindor stays alive.
Both home runs with fastballs. And I think that's something that he really has trusted throughout his career. A guy that wants to throw more fastballs. He's not a guy that's, you know, 50-50 or 48-52. I mean, this is a guy that's 70% fastball. He likes the fastball. He dies with the fastball.
Ball 1.
Seeing a lot of that body language from Urias. Just not happy.
Well, he's had his fastball this inning. I would like him to go back to it. Got to trust it. Fastball's good here. Changeup's good here. Sliders not my favorite. Changeup.
He struck him out with the changeup. So Lindor goes down swinging for the 2nd time. That's more like it for Urias. He strikes out the side, but it's 4-0 Puerto Rico.
Marcus Strowman, Gold Glove winner, All-Star, and author as well. Strowman has written this book called The Grip, geared toward middle school age kids with an emphasis on self-confidence and finding your way. It is a semi-autobiographical work.
Okay, we're going to have to check it out. I have now somehow my advanced copy got lost in the mail. What a guy, Marcus Strowman. Rowdy Tellez, big slugging left-handed hitter, pops this pitch up from Strowman on the infield. Lindor one away. He's just flipping pages of his book right now. He's retired 4 in a row and making it look easy.
Yeah, that's a good changeup. We're seeing Marcus at his finest right now. Soft contact, a lot of ground balls, and when they're pop-ups, more than not, they're soft pop-ups.
So here's Isaac Paredes, right-handed hitter. He's emerged as a young power-hitting infielder on the other side of the state of Florida. In St. Pete with the Rays. Took one right in there from Strowman for strike 1. choice of our home plate umpire, Will Little, big league umpire. There are 2 big league umpires part of this 4-man umpiring crew. There's Will. Dan Bellino, who's the crew chief, also a part of this crew. That ball's hammered to left center field. Going back on the ball is Rosario, and it's gone. Paredes goes deep, and Mexico is on the board.
Hermosillo's finest. He's a hanging slider. Second time Marcus Strowman in this tournament has thrown bad sliders and have gotten deposited. That's a really good swing right there. Short to the baseball, staying through the zone. That ball got out of here in a hurry. The exact same spot. That's the first home run Marcus Strowman gave up.
Yeah, Nicaragua, Elian Heredia pulled the ball a little bit more, but essentially, yeah, same pitch, same kind of swing, same trajectory. This is now high ball.
Check out this. Look at his lower half. Look how connected he is with his back elbow. Oh, he stays through that ball. Never rolls over it. That ball was crushed.
Ball inside.
It just missed. It was crushed. So there you go. Mexico has a base runner and maybe feeling like, okay, this game's got a long way to go. It's only the bottom of the second. After the quick start for Puerto Rico. 2-0 pitch. Got the call there on the outside to Luis Urias. Brewers infielder just 1 for 10 so far in this World Baseball Classic. Not tall in stature, he does have some power. Flips that one to shallow right, and it's hanging for Velasquez. 2 down.
That's just good placement right there. Good pitching with good placement. Urias likes to fight those heaters up in the zone the other way. Not trying to do too much. Yeah, Marcus Strowman knows that was a pretty good pitch, especially with 2 strikes. Got to assess yourself after you make those outs and say, okay, what happened there? Maybe overthinking that prior hitter. What happened?
Trejo goes after the first pitch from Strowman. Foul ball.
You talk about Maldonado. You know, he was staying away from a lot of the hitters in the first inning. Now after that homer, he's coming in. We got to adjust. Slow these hitters down.
Outside and no swing. The pitch limitations go up in the quarterfinals from first round play. That doesn't necessarily mean that the individual pitcher has the license to go a lot deeper in the game. We'll see about Strowman here tonight. Not close. 2-1. A little tougher time with that pitch. 65 is the limit. You can finish an at bat if you get over that threshold, but then you got to come out. Same idea here. The quarterfinals, you get an extra 15 if a team and a pitcher wants to go up to 80. That one also missed badly, so it's 3-1.
I mean, he's, you know, doesn't have to rely on the breaking ball right now. Go right out to him with your good fastball. He's got really good command of it all. Get yourself a ground ball.
Into center field. Thomas, or rather Kike Hernandez.
Well, let's take a look at Urias's home runs pitches versus the strikeout pitches in the second inning. We see those fastballs up and away. Rivera did a good job in the dugout of saying, hey, everything's out of third. Now with the strikeouts in the second inning, he was mixing in that fastball inside, being a little bit more careful with the breaking balls. Let's see if he continues to adjust as this game goes on.
Kike Hernandez takes one right down the middle.
For me, it's just the velocity is not there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 91, 93. Doesn't have that bite, doesn't have that extra carry halfway through the zone. Usually you see him 96, 97. That's how good these hitters are.
Kind of broken his bat. A one hopper to third. Paredes throws out Kike Hernandez.
These hitters, they faced Urias before when he's 95, 96, 97. It's a whole different animal when you're just 91, 92. You got to rely on breaking balls again. You definitely got to rely on command. But he's going to fight. He's going to compete. That's who he is.
I give him credit for making it to this point, because in that first inning, it just didn't feel like it was going to be his night.
Well, that's an ace for you right there, right? He understands what just happened in the first inning, and he's probably went in that dugout and said, hey, that's all they're going to run. That's all they're going to score today. That's the mentality you got to have with Urias, if you're Urias.
Velasquez got the first hit of that 4-run first inning for Puerto Rico, making his manager look smart. Yadi Molina putting him in the lineup. Not one of the big name players on Team Puerto Rico, but not just putting him in there. That was a good changeup, but putting him in that third spot, and he was right in the middle of the rally. There's Yadi.
You see that changeup, that turnover right there. He throws a harder changeup than most left-handers, most pitchers do. He's about 91, 92 with his fastball. That changeup's about 86, 87. Usually you see that changeup about 80, 81 miles an hour. He throws a harder one.
Pop up. Shallow center, and it'll be Thomas for round number 2.
That's good communication right there by Thomas, taking full control of that pop-up. And again, another good changeup. He's got that feel for it. Like I said, all you got to do is throw one. Once you throw one and you got that rhythm and that timing on it, oh, then you can throw it whenever you want.
Javier Assad warming up in the bullpen.
Hard thrower.
And I think it gives you an idea that Urias just isn't going to be in this game a whole lot longer. He has retired 6 in a row. He looks like himself now. Here's the cleanup hitter with 2 down and nobody on. Emmanuel Rivera hit that one foul.
He wants that pitch back. That's a heart of the plate fastball, first pitch, wanting to ambush him. Just missed it. Pitcher like this won't give you many more. Change up count.
On the ground to third. Paredes has this one. You got to give Julio Urias a lot of credit. That's 2 consecutive perfect innings for him. 7 in a row retired overall.
Carlos Correa was supposed to be the third baseman for Team Puerto Rico. Instead, Emmanuel Rivera has been a revelation for Los Rubios. Check out his offensive output, an extraordinary story, originally drafted in the 19th round by the Royals, now a member of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he has, Dave, one of the greatest nicknames ever for a third baseman, El Pulpo, which he got from his father, which of course means the octopus. Helps to have 8 arms and legs, able to get up every ground ball that's hit to you over at third.
That is a very good third baseman nickname.
El Pulpo.
And it really he's been excellent all the way around. He's been the cleanup hitter for every game for Puerto Rico, right in the middle of a lot of their best offensive rallies.
Sure has been.
Mexico batting here in the bottom of the third. Alec Thomas, ground ball right to first. Soto takes it to the bag, 1 away.
I've just been very impressed with Puerto Rico's defense and all. I mean, it starts up the middle with Maldonado, Lindor, Baez, and Kike. But the corner guys have played tremendous defense all tournament. You want to talk about having a good team, you rely up the middle, and then if you have a couple, 2 or 3 that can really play defense in the corners, oh, you got yourself a dandy of a defense.
Yeah, and look, to JP's point, Carlos Correa, that's a massive loss. And Carlos had a brand new baby, and he's spending time with his family. Nobody's blaming him for that, but he's one of the great players in the world. But Rivera has more than capably handled things defensively. He's often looked like Correa at the plate.
Absolutely. Oh, man. Back-to-back 2-seamers right there, right on the corner. He's able to locate that down and away. You can go in on him now. You can go slider. In is the play.
That's what he wants from Maldonado. 0-2.
Strike three.
Oh, got the call. Strike 3. The changeup right on the outside.
That's the problem when you're consistent down and away like that. More than not, they're going to give it to you if you're just a hair off. That's a good changeup. Look at this comeback. Oof. Frozen.
So 2 down, first strikeout for Strowman. And it'll bring us back to the top of the order for Mexico. Randy Arozarena. Mexico has managed to kind of settle this game down. After the first inning was all Puerto Rico. 4 runs on offense and a quick inning for Strowman on the mound.
Rosarena first at bat, you can tell he was looking out over. At some point, Marcus Stroman's got to come in on him.
Rosarena was ready and pulled it into left field. Another hit for him.
Absolute rocket. Well, he tried to sneak a little split changer in there. Rosarena was absolutely ready for it. Too much bat speed. Look how connected he is with his back elbow right here. Oh my goodness, that is rib to rib right there. Connection, explosiveness. Yeah, he's looking at the fans saying that was an absolute rocket.
The way he's swinging right now, if you give up a single to him, it's like, okay.
Thank God. It's 109 miles an hour right there.
I round up. That's 110 in my book. Liner and pick clean. No catch. Throw to second. Get the force out anyway. El Pulpo makes the play. 4-1 Puerto Rico.
Hey, the first thing they tell you when you get to the big leagues is, hey, you got to be able to hit the fastball. Well, Mr. Baez has done that. And Mr. Rosario definitely can hit the fastball. Getting a fastball out over the plate. Absolutely demolishing it. And like the Bad Bunny says, the Lucas step back is on full effect, baby.
Bad Bunny. Kind of like Daddy Yankee, you know, one of our pals here in South Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Javi Baez stands in. You get me up to speed on all the culture here in your part of the world.
Yeah, your first empanada today?
Oh, delicious.
Yeah. Cafecito?
I'm all in on that now.
Yes.
Got a few more things to check off my list before we're done.
We'll get there.
We're here for several more days. You and I will be out on, yeah, maybe we'll take a boat ride to the Keys tomorrow morning.
Oh. It's not choppy.
This is the first thing you've heard of it, but sure. Change up.
Baez looks like he's a little unbothered right now with his back, his neck. Took that first swing, and you can just tell something was off.
Yep. Trying to get loose.
Yeah, he's uncomfortable right now. And if I'm Urias, I'm not throwing him a heater. I mean, I'm going to keep throwing him those breaking balls.
0-2, and he rips one into left field. I guess he's feeling okay. Baez is going to stop. Big wide turnaround first. Good play by Rosarena to get to the ball. But another hit for Baez.
He tried to go soft right there on that split changeup. I just love how he can stay through this baseball. Look at that changeup right there, but look how he stays through it. Usually when you stay through it, that front hand just continues to get extended. When you're not, the top hand kind of rolls over on the barrel, allowing you to hit a ground ball. That's just a good piece of hitting right there by Mr. Baez.
Well, that's a leadoff hit. Baez is 2 for 2. And now you documented those 2 first-inning home runs. One by Baez, one by this guy. It was an impressive home run to straightaway center field. And he didn't get the fastball. He hits a chopper towards second. Gloved to the bag for 1, and the throw to first. Double play.
Urias has definitely made the adjustment right now. With Baez, a steady diet of breaking balls after depositing that fastball to right field. With Rosario first pitch swinging, he made the change as well, going with the curveball. Just a good double play right there.
Well handled by Alan Trejo. Swinging at the first pitch worked really well for Eddie Rosario first time.
He's an ambusher.
Not quite as well this time. And we'll pay attention to Javi Baez back in that dugout just to make sure. We noticed something looked like he wasn't feeling 100%. Alan A swing and a foul straight back off the bat of Christian Vasquez.
Thing with Christian Vasquez and even these Puerto Rican hitters, they know this is his last inning, regardless. All right, we talked about, hey, after that first inning debacle, they can get 4 out of him. That's good enough. So they don't care about kind of going deep into the at bat. They know this is it. If they get a fastball they like, they're going hunting.
55 pitches now. And it doesn't have anything to do with the World Baseball Classic rules that are in play. It's just how Mexico has agreed to use Julio Urias tonight.
Good soft count right here. There it is.
Yeah, really well executed. 1 and 2.
You know, more than not with Urias, first time through he likes to go with the fastball. Second time through he'll change it up for you and start going soft, mixing it in. Changeup is good. He can repeat. More than not, though, he likes that fastball up in the zone.
1-2. And that one is lined. A fair ball. Headed for the corner. Vasquez on his way to second. Rosarena waiting for the carom. It finally comes to him. That's a 2-out double.
Just a good piece of hitting right there. Getting that slider down and in. Look how this ball stays in. I mean, this is a hair fraction of it being foul. Boy, Vasquez, what a hitter. What a tournament he's having.
He has had some great swings. Not your classic DH, but I think Yadi Molina just trusts him so much. He wants him in that lineup. And when you're on the same team as Martin Maldonado, it's hard to get innings as a catcher. He has caught some in this World Baseball Classic. Now Neftali Soto, just 1 hit thus far. Struck out his first time up tonight. He takes ball 1.
Bought himself a fastball count right here. Oh, he's been struggling, but he has had good at-bats all tournament. That's the beauty of baseball. I mean, you can be 1 for 10, but you've been hitting the ball in the nose. And you look at the stats and you're thinking, oh man, what a bad tournament he's having. I wouldn't necessarily say that. The guy's put together some really good at-bats and hit the ball to all fields.
One.
Good miss right there. Good breaking ball. If you're gonna miss down. Had good bite on it. He's gone very soft in the 3rd and 4th inning here in Urias. Guarantee you in that dugout, they're talking too. They're saying, hey, he's going soft now.
Soto pulls in a fair ball. Backhanded by Paredes. Long throw to make. 1 hop, 2 hops. Gets there in time for out number 3. Nice play there. Meneses, Tellez, and then that guy Paredes. Some power coming up for Mexico when we come back.
When Benji Gil led Los Tomateros de Culiacan to a Mexican Winter League championship 9 years ago, this man was on the roster. It took until August, though, of 2022 for Joey Meneses to make his long-deserved Major League debut. And Dave, what Benji Gil said was far more than any hitting advice that he gave Meneses. He just told him to keep the faith and know that he belonged right here.
Well, it does seem like, thank you, JP, it does seem like he did that. It went a little under the radar. Look, he was playing for the Nationals. They were way out of the race. There were lots of other stories in the big leagues late in the year last year. But what he did was amazing.
Sure was. I mean, what else can you say? This is a guy that as soon as he got up to the big leagues, pitchers could not get him out at all. Not only just base hits. I mean, it was slugging involved. There was walks involved. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look what Strowman just did. Absolutely is messing with Meneses' leg kick. He went double move right there on him. Meneses is in sort of trouble.
Now just more conventional. Meneses hits this one down the right field line and foul.
All that swing was late. Late because of the pause. Look at Joey Meneses' swings and numbers. Look at the ranks. 13 bombs, 125 total bases.
Those are ranks everybody in the National League from the time he got called up to the end of the year. He had 13 home runs, third most in the league. He was one of the best hitters in the league after he got called up. And he lines that one out to left center field. Here comes Kike making a dive and a catch. Out number one.
Kike can cover some ground, can he? Wow. All out extension right here. It's just the first move that he takes. He really has a knack for good plays. Look at this first move. Boom. Takes off. And he knows he's going to make a play on it.
Well, if you go by StatCast, he had the best center field jumps in baseball last year, according to StatCast.
Kike was covering center field. Kike can cover all of San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Hesitation move. Rowdy Tellez fouls it back out of play.
That's what Strowman does to you right there. Little hesitation with his delivery. Rowdy Tellez all in such of trouble with his timing on that pitch. I was surprised he didn't do it more to Meneses. Kind of went with the original on him.
Strowman's 0-1 off the inside.
That's Strowman's finest right there. He loves to crowd the lefties, especially low and in. He wants to move those big lefties' feet. Don't make them get kind of comfortable in there. He never came up and in on me. You know, he stayed soft away, backdoor cutters. But one thing I knew it was going to get in the at-bat was you were going to get moved. And that just irritates any big lefty.
Big bouncer to first. Nice high hop there. Soto flips it to Strowman. And that's the second out.
I want to talk about an action on a cutter. How it eats up a big slugging lefty like Tellez. Oh my goodness. I mean, this starts on the outer third and just rides into your hands with all the action needed. And look at this. Look at this swing right here. Whoops. He's got nowhere to go but tied up.
Ooh, he knew it too. That was a disgusted hitter. 2 outs. And Paredes for his second at bat. He blasted a home run his first time up. One of 2 Mexico hits so far. Their only run. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Ouch. He gets hit. Well, I mean, I'm assuming there was no intent, but anytime a guy hits a home run and comes up in the very next pitch, he gets drilled. Somebody's going to be thinking.
Just got away from him right there. Not much to it. Wanted to come in on a two-seamer. More than not, when it gets away from you like that, a two-seamer. Vinny Castilla didn't like it though.
No, I mean, that's my point. Is I'm not saying there was intent, but if you hit a home run against a guy, the very next pitch you see from him is coming right in the middle of your back.
Yeah, but if you hit a home run, it's like Vinny Castilla used to tell me all the time. It's nothing personal. It's just business.
But Vinny's changed his mind since then. 2 down. And a healthy hack from Urias, foul ball.
That's his favorite line to use when somebody hits a homer in the dugout. It's not personal. It's just business, man.
JP?
Well, Dave, Taijuan Walker was thinking right along with you. As soon as Paredes was hit by the pitch, Walker looks out at the shortstop where his buddy Francisco Lindor was, and lots of smiles and shrugs back and forth like, hey, what was that?
You just can't help but think it. Again, I'm not saying that's what it was. On the ground with Diaz playing in the shift. His play is to first. He certainly has the arm strength to get it there. So Strowman works around that hit batter. We go to the fifth. 4-1 Puerto Rico.
Martin Maldonado Sr. is here at the ballpark tonight and will watch his son lead off in the fifth inning. Martin Sr. described the World Baseball Classic to him as another World Series. Of course, Martin Jr. just won that World Series with the Astros in the fall. He played the second half of that season, Dave, with a sports hernia and later a broken hand. This is one tough ball player.
We did find that out. Thanks, JP. We found it out after the World Series was over. And there were a few little moments where you could kind of see something was bothering him. He didn't tell anybody. A broken hand, and you catch your way all throughout the World Series. That is a tough dude. Javier Assad takes over on the mound for Mexico. 4-1. Puerto Rico leads. Maldonado goes after his first pitch and pulls it foul.
Thought Assad's first major league strikeout was against Albert Pujols. Got his MLB debut this year, last year, August 23rd. Big right-hander with a big arm.
Hot.
95 on the corner. It's 0-2.
If you want to talk about a guy who's got good sliders and good two-seamer, look where he stands on the mound. And then we're going to compare Marcus Strowman. A guy who likes to use the third base side to make it uncomfortable on the right-handers. Good two-seamer, good slider.
That is strike painted ball. Wow. Same spot and just beautiful. And I think Maldonado's saying to the umpire, Will Little, okay, you're going to call that against me. You better give it to my pitchers.
Well, here's the thing. When you stand on the third base side and you have a good two-seamer, that ball just looks like it's running away from you and it's never coming back. Look how it catches the plate. Yeah, that's a strike. Too close to take.
Absolutely perfect. So 1 out. And back to the top of the order. Lindor will turn around and bat left-handed.
Ball.
It's a hard cutter right there. It's fastball, cutter, change. Talk about what he's done in this World Baseball Classic. 3 innings pitched, just 1 hit. He's going to be around the zone. No walks. More than not, you're going to get a good pitch to hit here, Lindor.
He does, and he lines it to center field, sinking fast, base hit. So Lindor's got his first hit of the night. It's a 1-out single.
Oh, he just tried to come in on him with that cutter right there. Just missed it. Just missed out over. Lindor was ready. Full advantage of that cutter right there. Not trying to do too much. A lot of times you can get big with that 2-0 count. Lindor is just a pro.
And it wasn't quite his hard hit, but it wasn't that different from the ball he hit the other night against the Dominican Republic that skipped by Rodriguez. Now he's passing info on.
He does such a good job with that. That's some capitan right there.
Takes that role very seriously. Wednesday, this is the play we were talking about. Yep. It went all the way to the wall, and Lindor never stopped. He came all the way home.
That was fun.
It was. I will never forget the reaction in the ballpark. His reaction. That was just. It was such a fun game on Wednesday night. We had everything.
Threw his helmet up like they had just won the game.
It was like a walk-off moment. So now Kike, who has walked, scored a run, grounded out, and made a great diving catch.
Got to be careful with Kike. Kike likes velocity.
Assad is falling behind. Now a fastball in, fouled away.
Healthy cut right there, but a good, well-executed pitch right there by Javier. And that's what Javier Assad does. Is 2-seamers in, cutters away. Cutters away, 2-seamers in. All you got to do is pick sides with him. Everything's going to be kind of hard. You're Kike right now. You're just picking, where am I going to go? Am I going to look out over, or am I going to look in? Cat and mouse game, 1-1 count.
Low. That hard little cutter. 2-1.
does have a changeup, which he can slow you down. He'll throw it to the right-handers, but he's got that action with his two-seamer. If he knows he's going to go long into this game too, he doesn't necessarily want a strikeout. He wants a ground ball here.
Lindor over at first, not going anywhere, and Kike takes it off the outside. 3-1.
Kike here, you're looking right in your wheelhouse. Middle in, trying to cheat just a hair. And your swing here, it's either a homer to left or a foul ball to left. Can't be late on it.
That is called strike. DK thought it was ball 4. Count now full 3-2.
That's a little cement cutter right there. Those are unhittable to hit. They just keep riding into your hands.
Can't predict when it's going to happen, but when it does, it can be an effective pitch.
More than not, Puerto Rico likes to run in these counts.
You would think with Lindor and his speed, we'll see. 3-2. Lindor runs. The pitch is grounded toward the middle. A diving stab from second. Urias stands up and throws him out. Nice play by Luis Urias to get the out.
What a play. You talk about a lot of things moving. Lindor's running. Urias is running to second base. Sees the ground ball. He says, I'm just going to cut it off. He stays behind that ball right there. Makes a perfect throw to Meneses. Yeah, he likes it.
That's a big play. Because you're right, infielders moving, runner in motion. Things can get weird on a play like that.
There's so much action. Everybody's talking. You got it, I got it. Outfielders are moving, trying to back up bases. It's a lot.
Meeting on the mound, I think because of the pinch hitter. We see this in the big leagues a lot these days. Pinch hitter comes up, pitching coach immediately is coming out for a scouting report refresher. The winner plays Japan in the semifinals. We are in single elimination play now from here on out in this World Baseball Classic. 2 of the quarterfinals have already been played a couple days ago in Tokyo. Cuba and Japan are here, awaiting the results of tonight and tomorrow. Venezuela and the United States. MJ Melendez pinch hits for Velasquez. Chance to add on with a base hit. Lindor and his speed at second. It's ball 1. He's had some big at bats for Puerto Rico. Only 3 hits, but 4 runs batted in and scored 3 runs.
Well, the approach here is to pull him. He's got that cutter. He's got that good two-seamer. I would think up in the zone, especially early in the count.
Well, off the outside.
That's that changeup we were talking about. I would just trust it so much. It's got to be in your wheelhouse right here. You're thinking center to right center. It's got to be your pitch. If it's not your pitch, let it go. We're still in favor of a 2-1 count. Assad's got to be careful here.
First inning on the mound for Javier Assad in his first World Baseball Classic. Nice pitch.
If he's living there, MJ's got to make the adjustment now. Maybe taking your sights a little bit over to that left center. That's just a good cutter. Well executed right there. If he lives there, the at-bat is basically over. It is unhittable stuff.
Lindor dancing around second. And the ball. He tried to go right back to that spot, and he almost hit it.
Yeah, but you see Barnes right there having a little chat. He thought he got that pitch.
Very close.
You really want to be careful with the MJ here.
Good hitters count 3-1. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. That is not close. Ball 4.
That's stubbornness all the way around, right?
Yeah.
That's Assad saying, I'm not going to give you anything, and MJ saying, oh, well, if it's not here, I'm taking my walk. Just because I'm pinch hitting doesn't mean I'm in swing mode.
2 on 2 outs for the cleanup hitter. Emmanuel Rivera is driven in a run with a sac fly.
El Pulpo.
Yeah, mostly refers to his defense, but maybe an octopus can hit. What do you think?
I would think so.
2 on 2 out. Assad to Rivera. Ball 1.
He fell behind a lot of these hitters. This 5th inning right here, already at 18 pitches. Not an ideal situation for him.
Urias, the starter, did well to go 4 after the way the first inning went, but only 4 for Julio Urias.
I know he wasn't pleased with that first inning, but I will be pleased after that. Made really good adjustments. Rivera likes to take his shots. A guy who likes to let the ball travel, but he'll take his shots if he thinks you're coming up and in on him.
Bounces it to short. Trejo, the second for the force out there, and Assad gets through it. A hit and a walk, but 2 stranded, and some emotion from Javier Assad. Still 4-1.
Leading off for Team Mexico, one of the smartest men in the major leagues, Alan Trejo, has his degree in aerospace engineering from San Diego State University. His father, Ray, a high school basketball coach at Roosevelt High in Los Angeles for 2 decades, and that athleticism that Alan has certainly evident so far tonight.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to be a baseball player, but you can be. If you're a rocket scientist, you can still play ball.
Says he likes the cliff jump.
Okay, maybe he's not that smart. I thought he was the smartest guy in the game.
Likes the cliff jump.
He's flinging himself off cliffs.
Ball, that's out.
Likes to build airplanes and cliff jump.
So maybe that's his for I make airplanes and then I want to feel like an airplane for just a couple seconds. I can see you doing that too. 2-0 pitch. Trejo fouls it away.
No chance.
Take a little splash when you got to the bottom. Strowman got Trejo to chase. It's 2-2.
It's a good slider right there. He's got really good feel of his stuff today. I mean,
the slider's been the one pitch that he's kind of fought with a little bit, but that was a good one. 2-2, and he threw another one.
Look at him. Hey. Yeah. It's when he starts feeling it. Look at this slider right here. Boy, he threw a lot of good ones in that at bat. Unhittable, unmatched. It just looks like a fastball, and all of a sudden, we're going to take a drop and a dive on you. Yeah. All you can do is shake your hand and look at Marcus Strowman back.
Big personality on the mound, off the mound. And he loves to have fun when he's out there pitching.
Yeah, he likes to have fun. A guy that really prepares and works very hard, not only during season, but in the off season.
And I think you put that work in, you put in the time, you prepare, you go out there and you earn the right to show emotion, act like you're excited when good things happen.
He does such a good job of tunneling his pitches. And what I mean by that is everything comes out and just looks the same.
Hey!
You know, everything looks like a cutter, everything looks like a two-seamer. Just at the last second for the hitter to see, that's when he either takes a dive on you or he takes a cut on you. And that's what you call tunneling. These pitchers now, they are doing such a better job with technology, kind of feeling themselves a little bit, learning how to do that. It makes it a lot harder to hit, especially a guy like Marcus Strowman with a lot of pitches. And one of the beauty things about Strowman is where he stands on the mound. I mean, we can compare both pitchers. Strowman's a guy that likes to use the first base side of the mound, where Assad likes to use the right side of the mound. It's a lot different guys, different approach to their hitters. For Strowman, he likes to use the bottom left of the strike zone, like right there, where Assad likes to use more of the inside, letting his two-seamer kind of ride in on the righties. Different angles. Makes it very tough for the hitters.
You as a hitter, before a guy throws a pitch, you feel like you learned something seeing where he stands on that rubber. Thomas, a bouncer toward the middle. Diaz backhand and no chance to make a throw. Thomas is very fast. I think Diaz made the right decision there.
Sure did. He's got some wheels. But you know, one thing is, we've seen some great defense from Lindor and Diaz. That's a little routine, but man, Lindor and Diaz, talk about up the middle defense. It is tailor-made. Talk about the Puerto Rican catchers in the history of Puerto Rico, how good they are. Well, let me tell you, the middle infield too doesn't fall behind. They always have had some good ones.
Both picked so close together in the 2011 draft.
How about that? Look at those games played. You talk about consistency.
Almost exactly the same. So many similar numbers, gold gloves, spectacular highlight plays, big contract signed.
Well, they played together as well with the Mets for a little while.
Yeah. All right, first one out. Austin Barnes, the ninth place hitter, ground ball, base hit.
First to third.
Yeah, we are going to try. Here comes a throw from Melendez. It's offline, and Alec Thomas slides in safely. So now it's set up for Mexico with their red-hot hitter coming up. They've got first and third and a great chance to get back in this game.
Turn the lineup over, you got problems. There we see that base hit, but look at Thomas. He's going to challenge him, even if that ball was hit hard. That's a catcher in right field with a good arm, but he can trust his speed. That was very well executed right there by Thomas. You had your shot, MJ. A little bit wide.
A perfect throw. He did have a chance. But I think Thomas had decided right from the jump he was going to test him.
It all starts with a lead in the secondary. You got good lead, good secondary. Let the speed take over. More than not, you're going to make it. First and third right now, we got problems.
Thomas, while they conference on the mound, he's going to come over and get a cup of water.
Why not?
Hey, it's go first to third. It can take it out of you. Meeting's over. This is exactly the spot that Mexico wants. Still a long way to go in this game. They fell behind 4-0. Give yourself a chance for a rally with your best hitter and maybe the best hitter in the tournament so far coming up.
You got to be very careful with him. Last at bat, they tried to sneak a little split change in there, and he was ready for it. I will think the two-seamers in play and the sliders in play.
Rosarena so locked in right now. Tying run at home plate. Not close. Ball one.
Yeah, they're going to be very, very careful with him. It's one of those situations where it's like, hey, you want to hit, get yourself out. You're only going to hit my pitch.
Hit a ball 110 miles an hour his last time up. Runs inside. It's 2-0.
You got a hitter behind Rosarena who's 1 for 17.
The 2-0. Foul back.
He made a mistake. Look at Maldonado telling him, hey, come on. He didn't like that one bit. He got away with one right there.
Yeah, that was pretty forceful from Maldonado, barking back at his pitcher.
That might be the only pitch Rosarena gets. It's going to be slider heavy. I don't think they will go back inside and miss.
2-1.
Oh, that's out.
3-1.
The plan's there. If you want to hit, go ahead and swing at those balls. I'm not going to give you much anymore. Rosarena's got to feel that. He's got to feel that, hey, in this situation, we can't pull the baseball. We got to go the other way. He's going to stay away from me.
The 3-1. That is outside ball 4, and it just looked like Marcus Strowman did not want to give Arozarena a chance to get Mexico back in this game, but now the bases are loaded.
Now let's take a look at the pitch sequence. After that mound visit, it was slider heavy the whole at bat. Try to rush him in there, but I think that 2-0 pitch was Arozarena's at bat right there. That was the whole at bat. He missed that. Strowman and Maldonado were going to go right to the game plan and tell him, hey, big boy, I know you're having a great tournament. You're not going to hit anything over the plate.
So now Alex Verdugo, bases loaded, 1 out.
Talk about a moment for Verdugo. 1 for 18 in the tournament.
Great opportunity to erase all of that.
For Verdugo is simplifying everything right now, right? Just simplify, get your ball up, and go to work. Middle of the field is the play.
4-1, but Mexico threatening against Strowman, who's thrown 62 pitches now. And he's missed badly with the first 2. There's nowhere to put Verdugo. A walk forces in a run. You do start to wonder. He got over this pitch number his last time out there, but still March, whether some fatigue is starting to settle in.
The cutter hasn't really been in play here. It's been a lot of kind of moving feet type of pitch. The 2-seamer, the changeup, has been the one that's been working for him. I will be careful with Verdugo here.
Verdugo might have helped him pull that foul.
That's a good changeup right there, 2-0. Kind of using Verdugo's aggressiveness of the moment. Strowman does such a good job with that.
We get the rally sombrero on in the dugout. And in the stands.
If you saw it 2-0, there's a good chance you can see it 2-1. That split changeup.
Here's the pitch. Verdugo, another foul. Same idea from Strowman. Now the Puerto Rican fans are going to stand up.
And he's mad. I think he was sitting on that pitch. Out of trouble here.
Huge moment in this game, and Maldonado wants to talk it through.
It's a good visit if you're Puerto Rico right now. Because the play is not so much the strikeout. The play is here working for 2. This is pretty much could be his last batter.
With the middle infield defense that we've talked about, you get a ball on the ground, Puerto Rico's got a great chance to try to get 2 outs. Even with Verdugo's speed.
I would think he would triple up here on the split change. We'll see.
Two-two. He did, and Verdugo took it. So now what? A walk, and it's 4-2. The bases are still loaded, and you might be coming out of the game.
Well, the one thing he's had all game is that fastball, that good 2-seam fastball. 3 changeups in a row.
3-2. Pulled sharply foul. He stayed with it.
Marcus Strowman is a guy that will just work off what he's seen. And right now, he's not seeing Verdugo really make any adjustment to the splitter.
Will he throw a 5th straight split change?
I would think he's had enough with it. I think the 2-seamer play right here plays.
Another 3-2 from Marcus Strowman. Here comes Verdugo to shallow center. A little bloop, and it's going to fall, base hit. Everybody had to make sure, so Thomas comes in to score. Bases still loaded. It's 4-2.
Professional. Alex Verdugo, absolutely professional. Grinding an at-bat at his finest right there. Fouling off tough pitches, gets a cutter up in the zone. The one mistake Strowman made in the at-bat. Verdugo understands velocity won't beat you. It's all about executing and getting a good pitch. Very well done by Verdugo.
Well, that's it for Marcus Strowman, who threw the ball well, leaves with a lead, but he's going to lean on the bullpen. Back right after this. Mexico rallying. Joey Meneses coming up against the United States in Mexico's win that ultimately won them the pool against the U.S. Not just that one home run from Joey Meneses. He went deep again.
And the two things you notice there with those two home runs, fastball counts, ambushing on a guy that can throw pretty hard. Jackson Urias right now has got his hands full. A big arm, 96, 97 miles an hour with a good slider split. But gotta be careful with the first pitch on Joey Meneses. He will ambush you. And if it's a fastball, oh, it could be a party for Mexico.
Urias has pitched really well in this tournament, throwing hard. His stuff has looked very sharp, but this is a different kind of scenario. Inheriting the bases loaded. There's still only one out and a big-time power hitter at the plate. Speed out there on the bases, and a first pitch swing. He went after it with a pretty healthy rip. .68 pitches for Marcus Strowman, responsible for the 3 runners out there.
Well, one thing you're seeing with Meneses, he was cheating big time for that. Can Maldonado see that and adjust with it?
A little different tempo on the mound for Rios than Strowman. That one is skied up there, way up there on the third base side. It's going to hook, though, and make it into the seats. So just a foul ball. It's 0-2.
Boy, he got away with that one right there. And that's a mano right there. My best stuff against your best stuff. Let's see what you got, big boy. I mean, he can continue to climb here, but see that pitch right there. Mano, just barreled it. Out of play.
Rios has done a nice job of getting ahead of the count, but now he and Maldonado a little different idea. 0-2.
Meneses is completely rushed right now. I mean, they've thrown him 2 fastballs at 98 miles an hour. Those eyes and that timing in his head right now is on fast forward.
0-2. He hits one to shallow right. Here comes Melendez racing in and going out from first. The catch and the wheel around to keep the runner at third. Soto, what a play.
What an absolute gem. Wow. Not an easy play at all. Basket catch.
I didn't think Soto was going to get there. I thought Melendez had the best chance, but terrific. And then the awareness to wheel around and fire it back in. So a huge out from Rios and Puerto Rico. Off the bat, Meneses may have thought he had himself a little blue bid.
It's so easy to, base running was done exceptionally there.
Now Tellez, bases still loaded. He goes after that first pitch, not the fastball. Strike 1.
He's a fastball hitter. Biggest moment for Mexico right now.
They've already got a run back. Another total breakdown of the swing. Strike 2. Nasty.
We know he's got that 97. We also know he's got that splitter. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Continue. It's a good job by Tellez right now, slowing everything down.
He does have 3 big league grand slams. Bases loaded, 2 down, and an 0-2 count. He went Back to the splitter. That was pretty close.
And we see that split right there. You know, a lot of times from Maldonado, you're thinking about that split. It's going to be on the ground, so you're anticipating.
1-2. Pulled with the shift off. Out in shallow right. Diaz has it, and he throws him out. Wow, what a job by Urias. And Strowman the first to greet him. Just the one. It's 4-2. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of World Baseball Classic Inc. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Well, Miami is just the perfect venue for this World Baseball Classic. The passion of the fans here in Miami this week has been amazing. Now we're in the elimination portion of this tournament. Every game from here on out an elimination game. Assad first pitch, and it runs into Javi Baez for ball one. Puerto Rico had a 4-0 lead. Mexico has gotten back in the game, but Yaxel Rios did a tremendous job of keeping Puerto Rico ahead. Now it's 2-0. And Javier Assad had a long time to wait in the dugout. At bottom of the 5th took a while. At the knees, friendly pitcher's strike, 2-1.
That's a good pitch right there. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You got to be very careful inside on Baez. They've tried to come in on him 3 times now. I would think that's enough.
He's 2 for 2 with a home run and a base hit. He's hit the ball hard twice. That's a good pitch. 2-2.
It's so tough for righties when a right-hander is on the third base side of the mound. I mean, they're just right on you. The ball's coming out of shortstop.
Big bouncer and a nice play by Assad to reach up and get it. If that gets by him, that's going to be a tough play.
Who said pitchers aren't athletes? Very good play right there. One leg jump right there. I got it. Piece of cake. Look at him get off the mound here. Oh, that's what we do in spring training.
PFP's paying off. Baez retired for the first time. Assad, who worked the 5th inning on the mound. Now Rosario has got a home run and 2 at-bats. Takes a strike.
They're taking that pitch right now. He could be in swing mode. Got to be careful.
He had, you know, Eddie Rosario, and it's not, this is not a criticism, but he has become more of an all or nothing kind of hitter.
Usually that's what happens when you get strike 1. You get strike 1, he can be more of an ambush type of guy.
Foul tip, stays alive.
If you don't get strike 1, as we take a look at his home run right here, first pitch swinging, ambush. He's a fastball hitter, always has been. When you leave a fastball right there, the Bat Bunny Lucas step back will be on full effect.
Yeah, Lucas switched it, by the way. Still 0-2.
Now see, now you got him on swing mode. You know, you get that first pitch, you throw some good pitches after that, and he swung the bat the whole time. Be good for a good changeup on the dirt, more of a wasted pitch. Just throw an absolute ball. There we go. All right, now we can get into the at-bat again.
I was kind of hoping he'd take your advice and just throw it to the on-deck circle.
Just mail it. No.
You want to see a ball? I'll show you a ball.
You try the changeup, you try the 2-seamer in, cutter backdoor, cutter inside, doesn't want it. What else you want? Now they're coming in.
Rosario hanging in there.
Just looks hitterish. I mean, it's in the zone, man. Very hitterish. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
The one pitch he hasn't shown the whole at bat, the curveball.
Good time to use it.
Very good time to use it. Look at this pitch right here, how it just dives. Drops out of the table right there. That's the last thing that Rosario was thinking about. He was thinking cutter, two-seamer, not that curveball. Good pitch.
And you were right. He was in swing mode. Two outs for Christian Vasquez. He doubled in 2 at-bats against the starter, Julio Urias. Puerto Rico got all 4 of their runs against him. Right down the middle, strike 1.
A lot of action on that two-seamer, though.
More action, 0-2.
Boy, he's looked good, hasn't he? Assad.
He has. He's come into this game, helped keep some of the momentum on Mexico's side, and he blows away Vasquez. I'd be fired up too. The emotion of the World Baseball Classic on both ends. Puerto Rico's lead is 4-2.
Marcus Strowman, the tournament MVP for Team USA 6 years ago, but now pitching for Puerto Rico in honor of his mother, Adlin, who is Puerto Rican. He said, quote, "I'm beyond excited. My mother is my heart. She's my rock. She's my best friend, my blood. I love her more than anything. Anything for Mom." Dave, this certainly dedicated to her.
And I think you can see that, JP, with the emotion that he has shown on the mound for Puerto Rico. He's very proud of that part of his family heritage. Now Fernando Cruz takes over, third pitcher of the game for Yadier Molina's team. Bottom of the 6th, Puerto Rico leading 4-2. Isaac Paredes, right-handed hitter. First pitch swing, and he pulls it sharply foul. Look out.
Well, Fernando Cruz was using the opener versus the Dominican Republic team. Threw just 28 pitches on 1 hit. So it's a guy with a good slider, a good fastball, and a good splitter. Mainly a bullpen guy, even though he started for the Dominican against the Dominican team.
And he's a guy who's got a great story. It took him forever to finally get a chance last year to pitch at the big league level, and he did make it up. Fernando Cruz did, to the major leagues.
He was drafted out of the Royals in the 6th round of 2007.
So 2007 is when he started his professional journey. Last year, finally got up to the major leagues.
To your point.
And I thought handled, because I mean, think about that. You know, he made his major league debut September 2nd. You know, the butterflies, the nerves, the emotions of that moment for him, considering how long it took him to get there. But then the scene we had here on Wednesday night, and he was the guy who got the ball first, facing Soto and Rodriguez and Machado. And he struck him out swinging. Paredes goes down.
We talk about that fastball slider, but right there in this at bat, it was that splitter. Just a nasty splitter right there, well executed, well located. You see Paredes right there, no chance. Out in front completely.
I just thought, considering just the enormity of the moment and the night, it was hard to believe that he could have handled it any better.
About him having family on both sides, we know.
Yeah.
The tattoo he has on his left arm, serving as a Dominican flag.
Yeah, it was funny to see in the intensity of the game against the Dominican Republic, but to me it was just the perfect emblem of what this tournament, what this event means, because it's not just about pride in your country and your team. It's about the brotherhood of this sport. It's about how these countries come together and make the sport what it is.
Well, as soon as they won, one of the first things he did was nod to the Dominican bench as tipping his cap and saying, hey, he loves him, he's got blood, showed him his tattoo. Then after that, then he went and celebrated with his team. It just tells you the type of guy and character Cruz brings to the table.
He's ahead here 0-2 to Luis Urias. In the dirt.
He's got to be feeling that splitter today, because he likes to finish his hitters with, especially right-handed hitters, with sliders. I think it's more on the book. I think these hitters understand he's got a good slider. Maybe Maldonado is sensing something. Talk about Yadier Molina talking about Maldonado, how well he prepares for the games.
1-2 up the middle, a little soft line drive base hit.
Shift killer.
Nobody was there, just kind of flip one out into shallow right center.
You want to talk about how hard hitting a baseball is? Watch him. Doesn't try to do too much, just wanted to place it over there. If I'm going to make it out, it's got to be the other way. Look at that. Oops, excuse me. I like the knock. Thank you.
Pretty good job.
And that's beautiful right there.
Get yourself a base hit. Alan Trejo. Runner aboard, one out.
Ball inside.
That does allow Mexico here in the 6th inning to get the tying run to the plate.
All right, Cruz. Let me see 98 right now.
Yeah.
Trejo has bought himself a fastball, but you got to believe your fastball is better than Trejo.
Enough messing around with the soft stuff. The 1-0. Okay. It's always the pitcher's decision. The pitcher's the guy who has to throw the pitch. But when you have Martin Maldonado back there, I think everybody does tend to trust how he's seeing things. Be another breaking ball. Away.
He's just so good at reading the action of a hitter, the energy of a hitter. You talk to Martin, he says, I know when you dig on the box if you are ready or not. He'll peek over, he'll look at you. All right, I got my pitch. This is what I want. A split is the action pitch.
Got it. 2 down. Second strikeout for Cruz.
It was a diet of breaking balls. And boy, there were good ones, especially this one with that split. Look how out in front he is. Yeah, the book has been served. We're going soft, soft, and more soft.
First pitch into the defense. Baez flips to first, and Fernando Cruz is loving this World Baseball Classic. We go to the 7th, 4-2, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico now only 9 defensive outs away from a 3rd straight trip to the WBC semifinal. The only nation with a longer streak, Japan, with a population of 125 million. The population of Puerto Rico, 3.2 million. Dave, that's just a little bit larger than Miami-Dade County.
And it feels like the whole country has come here to Miami for this event. Maybe not literally true, but it sure feels like you walk around this town, the pride from the Puerto Rican population here in South Florida, the folks who made the trip here to see these games.
No question about it.
I mean, the Dominican fans were intense. The Mexican fans have done a great job here tonight. Venezuela's got a lot of fans, but hard for me to believe that any fans' passion will ring louder than the Puerto Ricans here in this World Baseball Classic.
They bring pans, they bring drums, they bring trumpets, anything that they can make some noise with.
Vimael Machin pinch hitting here, and the count is 1-1. Assad still in the game. Francisco Lindor talked about that leading into the game against the Dominican Republic. He was talking about the emotions of that game, the rivalry between those two countries. And Lindor said, you know, this is how, when I was a kid, my parents, we would grab our instruments, we'd go to the games, we'd sing our songs with our friends, with our family. That's how you grew to love baseball as a kid.
That's right.
Right at the knees, strike 3.
A frozen two-seamer. Not much you can do with that. Too close to take for Machin. Look at this frozen. Oh, what a dandy. Dave, I couldn't be more impressed with the fan base. If you're a young kid and you want to love baseball, you come to this atmosphere and oh my goodness, it is a sight. Definitely where you want to be on a Friday night in Miami.
The smiles on the faces. Maldonado pulls it foul. This scene is why this event is so great for the sport.
Tell with Maldonado's takes right there. He's looking hard all the way in. Intrigued if Barnes sees those hard takes, because that was a hard take. Our front foot was landing very hard.
Broken bat. Yeah. And the ball hit up the middle. Urias knows he's got plenty of time.
It's an incredible job by Assad and what he's able to do right now. He's controlled these hitters. Urias did what Assad has done. I mean, other than the first inning, that's all they've had. They had a few opportunities, but that's about it.
Romero warming up in the bullpen behind Assad, but they're going to, well, I thought they were going to try to get at least one more out. I guess not. With Lindor coming up, well, we'll see. Haven't seen the point to the bullpen yet, but 41 pitches. And here we go. Well, he deserves that pat on the chest there.
Very well done. Absolutely.
Job of pitching. Helped keep Mexico in this game. It's the week to be here in Miami with all the baseball fans. You got spring breakers too. Although it's never really boring over there on South Beach, is it? There's probably not a quiet time of the year over there.
No, the weather's beautiful. Great places to eat. Great places to hang out. South Beach is the place.
Is that the Clevelander right there?
I think so.
Javier Assad.
He was very impressive. Using all the corners, that two-seamer was outstanding. He kept these hitters off balance the whole time.
Now Jojo Romero takes over. He's pitched 2 times already in the World Baseball Classic and overall done a nice job. Not the easiest task because he gets Francisco Lindor, but 2 outs, bases empty. 41 pitches for Assad.
If Lindor has got history on him, he'll ambush him fastball. If not, he'll sit soft. A lot of the times we would talk and say, hey, if I know the guy, I'll ambush his best stuff. But if I don't really know him, I'll usually sit soft. We'll see if he gets the soft stuff.
Yep, he did, but it was low. In the bullpen for Yadier Molina. the brother of Edwin Diaz, Alexis Diaz. You know how eager he is to get in the game for lots of different reasons.
Oh yeah. It's a good two-seamer right there, Romero.
Two-one. If Lindor reaches, then Kike Hernandez gets a shot here in the 7th. All 4 runs for Puerto Rico in the very first inning.
I would be very careful with a fastball here. If you're going to throw it, it's got to be very well executed. Got to respect Lindor.
Got in on his hands, broke his back. From third, the tough throw and the pick out of the dirt by Meneses. Paredes and Meneses to retire Lindor. 7th inning stretch time in Miami. Miami, we might have just had the best one of all. Alexis Diaz comes in to pitch for the bottom of the 7th. The brother of Edwin Diaz. And as he entered the game, the trumpets were blaring. The song of Edwin Diaz to bring his brother in. Edwin, of course, hurt in the celebration after the game on Wednesday, and he's going to miss the full Major League season. Very emotional for Alexis Diaz. But here he goes, and a little soft line drive left center field. Kike dives, and he can't get this one. Hustling over to help Rosario. His throw to second is offline, and that turns into a leadoff double for the catcher Austin Barnes.
Well, let's take a listen to the intro for Diaz. Talk about an exciting moment, huh? In between innings. Not only that, but on the scoreboard, they had Diaz's jersey in the dugout.
Maldonado coming out, and Alexis Diaz is dealing with a lot. So they're conferencing on the mound. Let's go down to JP.
Thanks, Dave. We saw the moments in the immediate aftermath of Edwin's injury where Alexis was crying and overcome with emotion. I spoke with one of his friends earlier today who said he's in a much better frame of mind today. They actually looked at the video and concluded that Alexis was not himself responsible for the injury, which was the source of his immediate distress. So much better feeling now, much more confident there on the mound.
And I think his brother has helped with that. Edwin's, I mean, look, nobody wants to have happen what happened, but Edwin's had a great attitude about it since then. Now the Mexican fans are unhappy because a second straight meeting, they just met, and Maldonado needed to say something else. This was the last pitch of the game, the celebration, Puerto Rico moving on, and Edwin Diaz went down. And so the celebration went from incredible to very somber in one moment. Rosarena, the challenge of the hottest hitter for Mexico as the tying run. Ball one. Machín, by the way, after he pinch hit, is now the first baseman.
Well, they've been very careful with Rosarena. A lot of sliders, nothing really to hit.
That was a slider. I don't know if it was exactly the way Alexis Diaz wanted to throw it, but it worked. Well, the numbers for Rosarena, he's just been so locked in.
500. Well, he can sit soft here. I would imagine another slider.
It was 2-1. I mean, the problem with okay, I understand you want to be careful with him. That's great. He's been red hot. If you walk him, he's got blazing speed, and he's the tying run.
Well, you got Verdugo, who came up clutch prior to the second at bat, 1 for 3 with an RBI. He had a gorgeous at bat for the RBI with bases loaded. You want to be careful here, but at some point you got to trust your stuff.
Nobody out. Two one. Blew a fastball by him.
That's trusting your stuff right there. Now you put doubt You know, Rosarena, that four-seam fastball right there, how he's underneath it. Just trying to do a little bit too much, a little long right now. Yep, he got a good pitch to hit.
2-2. 3-2.
I think the problem is for Rosarena, it's so difficult to pick up spin from Diaz. It's from the same arm slot. He throws that fastball slider. You got to pick and choose here what plate you want to cover, what side of the plate.
Full count. 3-2 pitch. And that comes inside. It's ball 4. So Rosarena on base for the 3rd straight time. He's the tying run. And still no outs. Can Verdugo come through again? This is the at-bat you were talking about.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this pitch sequence and everything that occurred through the at-bat. Starting him off with that changeup, and I think that was going to be the key for the at-bat. Can he stay off? Can he lay off the changeups? I think he saw way too many changeups. Strowman tried to go to that cutter, and Verdugo was ready. A little bit different now with Diaz. Diaz throws a lot harder. He's got a wipeout slider. Totally different at-bat if you're Verdugo. But the same approach. You got to see him up, and you got to think the middle of the field is my friend. Anywhere I want to hit it is to the middle of the field.
First pitch, Verdugo takes just outside. Maldonado wanted it. It's 1-0.
You can see Maldonado talking to Will Little, the home plate umpire. He's been chirping on him all day long.
Mexico is the team that, as this game has gone on, they've had the scoring chances. It was 4-0. Another close pitch. It's 2-0.
Look at him. Look at him. That's a manager. Fighting with his guys. Fighting for his guys.
A lot of experience as a player, as a very successful manager in the Mexican League. 2-0.
Oh, that's out.
Another good take from Verdugo. A walk and the bases are loaded with nobody out. The tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. The 3-0 pitch. That's ball 4.
That's it.
Yeah, Yadi Molina's already made the move. So Jorge Lopez coming in, and what a mess he's going to face. Bases loaded, nobody out for Mexico. Well, without Edwin Diaz, Yadier Molina does have some options to try to get the final outs of a game. And he told us before the game that he was just going to feel it out in terms of where in the game they were, what the score was, what hitters were coming up. Alexis Diaz, one of his most trusted options. So is Jorge Lopez, who's coming in here. He still has Dwayne Underwood and Giovanni Moran, a left-hander, available in that bullpen. And I think it tells you something about how he feels about Alexis Diaz, in that he used him against the best hitters, but Diaz tonight just didn't have his command.
Well, you can talk to any manager and you can say you can either win or lose a game in the 7th inning. It's the most important inning in all of baseball, I would think, even as more important as the 9th inning, and they're going to use their horse in Jorge Lopez. This is a starter converted into a closer. The guy's got really good feel for all his pitches. Anything goes at any given time. I would think right now he would trade 2 outs for a run. But if he gets a strikeout, even better.
Well, he's got the 3rd place hitter, the guy who's hit for so much power in this tournament, Joey Meneses, at the plate. You got Barnes, the runner, at 3rd. Arozarena with his speed. Tying run at 2nd. Verdugo is the runner at 1st. Lopez on Wednesday night could not have looked better.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He had a really good fastball. You got to be careful with the fastball here, though. If you're Lopez.
First pitch. Fastball, strike one.
I don't think he's going to see another one like that.
Lopez almost like a little wry smile. The 0-1. Foul tip. Now it's 0-2. And now he can pitch for the strikeout.
Now you pitch for the strikeout. You don't pitch for the ground ball. He's going to bait him the whole at bat from here on out until he's got to come in with a strike. Let's see if Meneses has the discipline.
This Mexican team is fighting so hard considering the way the game started. Before Mexico had taken an at bat tonight, they were down 4-0. They've held the line since then. They've built some opportunities. And the best chance right here, right now. Bases loaded, no outs.
What a moment.
1-2, Lopez comes set. Here's his pitch. A little pop-up. Maldonado wants it, and he'll catch it for out number 1.
You got to be careful. I think Lopez slipped while he was making that pitch. He looks a little bit uncomfortable right now. He slipped on that mound on the rubber. I got to take a look at him. I think he might be okay, but we take a look at that pitch that he threw.
Yeah, they're bringing the trainer out just to check on him.
Look how he slips on the rubber. Oh my goodness, I can't even believe he threw that pitch.
Yeah, he got him out on the pitch where his foot slipped.
Not only that, but he threw somewhat of a strike. That's just getting caught right there with the rubber.
It could have been a disaster.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this is, I mean, you just have to absolutely make sure that he's okay. So you really trust the player to be honest.
Oh, he says, "Está bien, estoy bien." He's okay. He's saying, "I'm okay. Estoy bien, estoy bien." Wow.
I mean, he finished the pitch. It was awkward looking.
Look at the rubber. Look how he's on the rubber and he just slips off.
Yeah. Incredible.
Glad he's okay. They don't need no more scare.
No. And he moved well off the mound coming toward that ball. That's a good sign.
They're still not out of the pickle here, and I think with Tellez, you got to respect the changeup. Got to respect the two-seamer. The double plays in play.
Bases still loaded, 1 out. Tellez. Wow. Now that one's called a ball. Will Little's upset. Yeah, Will Little's, he's barking. You don't see an umpire do this very often. He was leaning down right into Maldonado's ear.
Yeah, he's been on him. Maldonado's been on him, though, all day. So I think Will had enough of it.
Martin had an argument on that pitch. The 1-0. Got the call this time. Now it's Tellez's.
You want to be a manager? How about being an umpire?
I mean, if you have the electronic strike zone, that's called a strike.
It's a strike.
1-1. The pitch. Foul back.
That's a good changeup right there. The arm action right there on that change. It was probably his best one he's thrown. Now he can go anywhere he wants. Back foot, heater up at 98, or back to that changeup. Look at the spin on this. Look at the drop.
Another strikeout kind of situation here. They have the big overshift on for the left-handed hitter. Speed on the bases for Mexico. Base hit almost certainly ties the game. 1-2. Very high with a fastball.
That was a bad wasted pitch right there. That was a bit too high for me. I think Lopez wasn't happy with it either. That was a ball out of the hand.
And he's kicking that dirt in front of the rubber. I don't think after that slip, whether he's trusting it fully or whatever, he's doing a lot of work there. Talking to Kike Hernandez.
He's telling me he's got no arm.
Yeah.
Says the only arm he has is MJ Melendez. And look at Kike. Okay, buddy. Take a shot. I love this. This is what baseball's all about. Got to throw your best pitch 2-2.
All right, so Jorge Lopez. Maldonado back down in the crouch against the slugger, Rowdy Tellez. 2-2. Got him. Struck him out.
There's your action pitch. That's your best pitch right there. 2-2. Going with that slider. Take a look here. It's a back foot slider. Boy, they pitched Tellez tough all night long. He's been highlighted in the meeting. Guaranteed. He's a guy that you couldn't allow him to beat you.
Well, Lopez on Wednesday in a tight game in the 7th inning struck out Soto, struck out Julio Rodriguez, got Manny Machado to ground out, went through the top of the order 1-2-3 in a close game. Now trying to get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. Paredes takes the ball. Paredes has had good at bats tonight, including the home run that got Mexico on the board back in the 2nd.
The home run was off a slider. I would think right now Lopez got to trust that 97, 98 mile an hour fastball. He's been locating that fastball in on right-handers.
Puerto Rico just hadn't even had many chances like this. Mexico with a great chance here, but now 2 down. Fastball outside. It's 2-0. You got nowhere to put him. A walk makes it a 1-run game.
Problem is that the action on a fastball, it's an action pitch. More than not, the hitter's going to swing at it. If it's around the zone, 2-0. You got all of second base open right there.
2-0. There's a strike. 7 right on the corner.
That's absolutely dotted right there. Slider count.
2-1. Line drive. Base hit left field. That's going to tie the game. Barnes is in. Here comes Arozarena. He'll score. Verdugo slides into third. It's 4-4 in the 7th.
You want to talk about adjusting yourself throughout the at-bat. Early on looking soft. Baited him with a fastball 2-0. Went back to it. Well executed pitch. Not a bad one. Just got enough of it. Paredes doing a fantastic job staying through that baseball. We got ourselves a ball game. Look at the base running. Look at all the coaches on the dugout. Oh.
What an at-bat by Paredes. Mexico's come all the way back. They were down 4-0 before they had a single at-bat in this game. And now here in the 7th, it's 4-4. Luis Urias can put him ahead. He takes low.
Know one thing about Mexico, they will fight. And they will fight back.
Certainly happened here tonight. Paredes has driven in 3 of the 4 runs. strike. A little flip shot into right field. That's another hit. And that will put Mexico ahead. Verdugo has scored. Urias comes through. 5-4.
Viva Mexico! Mexico's alive! Magdalena's finest, Luis Urias. Biggest moment for Mexico. Biggest moment for Urias. Mexico takes the lead. Takes that fastball, inner third right there. Stays through this pitch and fights it off like he did in his second at bat. Just using the shift, using the field. Maldonado knows it. Verdugo's excited.
It was a very similar pitch to the one that Paredes hit. Paredes managed to pull it into left. Urias just kind of dunked it into right. A 3-run rally. Strike.
That's the problem with throwing fastballs like that. It's an action pitch. More than not, hitters are going to swing if it's around the zone. Gotta be careful.
And sometimes even if you make a good pitch, guy manages to get some of the bat on the ball and he beats you. That one is popped up. Left field, Rosario. Out number 3. But Mexico rallies in the 7th, and we go to the 8th. For the first time tonight, they lead 5-4. All right, so tomorrow, the final quarterfinal game. Then the semis will be set. It's team number 2 from Pool C. That's the United States against the team that swept right through Pool D in Miami. Venezuela, they have arguably been the most impressive team in the tournament, although Japan might argue with that. And those are the starting pitchers lined up for tomorrow. 7 Eastern. Lance Lynn and Martin Perez should be a scene.
Oh, I can't wait. This place is going to be electric.
It has been again tonight. And Romero stays in. It's hard to believe, but Mexico has come all the way back after the way this game started. In the bottom of the 7th inning, they sent 8 men to the plate. 3 hits. None of them was hit particularly hard. The 2 walks were huge. And they score 3 runs to take their first lead. Change up to Kike.
The character shown. The heart shown. Wow. What a comeback. 6 outs away. Toughest 6 outs in baseball.
The winner plays Japan. There's a strike. It's 1-2. Lindor made the final out in the 7th. So if you're Puerto Rico, you're trying to make sure you at least give him one more crack. They're going to have to work to do that. That's a pop-up on the infield. Backpedaling from second, Urias, who had the hit that put Mexico ahead. He squeezes it for out number 1.
Well, he just got a good changeup there. Saw it well. Got a little under it. A little too long. But Romero executed beautifully that whole at bat. And it was fastballs down and away. Changeup. At this point right now, Mexico's just counting the outs.
That's 1. They need 5 more. MJ Melendez left on left. Fastball high. Puerto Rico just hasn't been able to generate a lot of chances since that first inning. And misses Tuno. I mean, they could use a base runner here. They've had 4 base runners since the first inning.
Wow.
And They scored 4 runs.
They've gone cold. Very good fastball right there. One thing's for sure, that the problem here begins with, you know, not wanting to, for the hitters for Puerto Rico, doing it at bat through at bat, right? It's about, I want to be the guy. One swing. And the way they've played in this tournament has been at bat through at bat. That's how they've been scoring runs, and in bunches.
Good hitters count here for MJ Melendez. And he has walked for the 2nd time in this game. Let's go down to JP.
Well, Dave, you made a great point about Puerto Rico's offense since the 1st inning. They've had only 3 hits, all of them singles, in a span of the last 24 plate appearances.
Yeah, explosive in the first with the power, the 2 home runs. Diaz went deep. Rosario on the very next pitch made it back-to-back homers. Now a pitching change. Romero's coming out with Rivera coming to the plate. We'll be back right after this.
Maybe you don't necessarily have to hit the ball 100 miles an hour exit velo. You just got to hit them where the defense is not. And that's been the rally for Team Mexico. You look at the exit velocity, 85 miles an hour, 73 miles an hour, 62 miles an hour. Just hit them where they ain't. You're going to score a lot of runs that way.
And look, even though they weren't hard hit balls, they were good at bats against a guy who's got incredible stuff. Jorge Lopez.
Long good at bats, swinging at the right pitches. You'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, sometimes that's true. So now Rivera against the new pitcher Jake Sanchez, who's pitched twice, 2 innings, both scorelessly with 3 strikeouts.
This just feels like an Oscar De La Hoya versus Felix Trinidad fight. The Mexican against the Puerto Rican. It's been a battle all night long.
Was the 3-run bottom of the 7th the knockout punch, or does Puerto Rico have a counter?
Well, the fight went on all 12 rounds, and it was a dandy.
So we're not done.
I don't think we're done.
Jay Melendez, who drew the walk, he's at first. Rivera has a sac fly, 0 for 2 tonight. Good swing, 1-1.
It's a good 4-seamer as well. We're very well located right there. 1-0, down and away.
Jake Sanchez has had quite a baseball journey. He's 33 years old, comes from Brawley, California, out in the desert. Same hometown of the great Sergio Romo.
Little Sergio Romo special right here.
No dot slider. 1-1.
There it is.
1-2.
That was a tight one right there. Little baby cutter slider. You're locating that fastball and that slider down there. It's going to be a battle for Rivera.
Rivera, we've seen him in this tournament use right field a lot.
Got to be a hitter, not a slugger here.
1-2. He fouls it straight back. That one was up, and he's yelling at himself.
Yeah, he missed it right there.
You could hear him.
Yeah, you want to talk about wanting a knockout blow. That swing was a knockout blow. Take a look at it. Oh, he just missed it, and he knows it. Up in the zone. All you got to do is touch it when that thing's spinning right there. Not do too much.
Another 1-2. Fastball misses down.
He's looked good on both pitches. Best pitch, 2-2, action pitch.
close. Pulled that fastball. Count runs full, 3-2.
I would think NJ's running here. He's got good wheels. Molina's got to trust Rivera in this long at bat. 0-2 now to 3-2. What a dandy.
We'll see. Will MJ Melendez take off from first base? They're thinking he's got a great chance. It looked to me like he was starting to lean.
He leaned big time. And that was a good move right there.
No matter what, you can't get picked off.
And if you're MJ, you got to make sure he goes home. Look at him lean right here. Oh. Yep. You're trusting right now the hitter. If the hitter swings through it, you know you're going to be out. You're just trusting the hitter.
3-2. He runs. Rivera, fly ball left center field. Hit well. Arozarena back, and he will leap up and make the catch. Melendez has to hustle to get back, and he will. What a play.
Wow! What a play! Unbelievable. You're not going to pitch to me? Fine. I'll save you a run. Unreal.
He's been the star of the tournament in a lot of ways.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
So now, Javi Baez, can he be the hero for Puerto Rico? This is what we had on Wednesday. It was just everything was on display. Power, speed, defense. The manager wants to come out here. Yeah, I need somebody to tell me how good that was. Let me go over here.
Oh man. Well, it reminds me of another great catch made Manny Machado, thinking he had that one, and Adam Jones for Team USA absolutely robbed.
Maybe the highlight moment in the history of the World Baseball Classic right there.
Yeah.
And this one, the stakes were high on this one. That would have tied the game if he hadn't caught it. Baez. Did he hold up? Apparently he did. It's 2-0. Well, again, we said it in the bottom of the seventh. You walk. You understand being careful against Baez. You walk him, though. The tying run is in scoring position. Sanchez. Baez. Well, he wasn't just trying to tie the game.
That was a knockout swing right there. Got to be careful with Baez. He already took you deep to right on a fastball. I think he may have bought himself a slider here on this 2-1 count. If you're Baez, you got to see it up. If you're Sanchez, it's got to be down and away.
2 outs, 1-run game, 8th inning. Line drive, base hit into left center field. Past the reach of Trejo. Melendez digging for third, and he's in there. Another hit for Javi Baez.
Well, that's a good fastball right there. Just a better swing by Baez. Not trying to do too much. Look at MJ Melendez go as soon as he sees that ball going to the outfield. Oh, we're running. The problem with this situation is you got holes now. You got first base covered. I wouldn't think Baez will be running. He's going to leave Rosario with that hole.
A lot of great at-bats in this inning for Puerto Rico. Can Rosario come through? He goes after that first pitch breaking ball.
Such a good slider right there. He's thrown some really good ones. Tight down. Hasn't really missed much.
Melendez leading away from third. Diaz being held at first. Pulled on the ground, just foul.
This is a good moment right now. We got two runners that can run. Okay, it could be a pickle here where Diaz can take off and see if he can get a throw. And the Mexican defense right now, they're all talking. They're all kind of figuring it out and saying, all right, this is the scenario. If he takes off, we'll let him have the base. Main priority is Rosario.
And Melendez is taking a massive lead with the shift on. I mean, why wouldn't you? He's halfway down the line at third. Diaz runs. Rosario pops it up. Is it playable? Barnes underneath it. Barnes makes a catch. What a game here tonight in Miami. The first of the two quarterfinal games played in this ballpark, which has been electric all week between Pool D play and now here in the quarterfinals. Team Mexico with Randy Arozarena leading the way at the plate and in the field has come from all the way behind. 4 runs down to take a lead. Now coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning against the new pitcher for Puerto Rico, the left-hander Giovanni Moran.
Yeah, he was a rookie for the Twins last season, but this is a guy that can absolutely deal, man. Hard throwing left-hander, 94-95, a good changeup with a good slider. Pitch for in the Dominican game. 13 pitches, 1 hit.
Foul ball, got a piece of Martin Maldonado, so Will Little, the home plate umpire, is going to buy him just a moment. Well, the job for Giovanni Moran is get through the bottom part of the order here, and oh yeah, Arozarena, who's due up third, and keep it a 1-run game. Give Puerto Rico a chance with the bottom of their lineup due in the 9th. Get somebody on base and give Lindor a crack. See what happens.
Oh, that's out.
I got to give a lot of credit to Will Little right there. He's had a tremendous zone. He's been tight. He's been fair. A lot of times the moment can get to somebody. He's been great.
I mean, this is a big stage for a young umpire. Will Little's not been around the big leagues that long. 2-2. Got it. Fastball struck out Alek Thomas.
There's too much power right there by Giovanni Moran, and he's looked dandy all tournament. You see that 4-seamer right there. Just a riding 4-seamer saying, hey, my action is better than your action.
It was such a good quality for a late inning reliever. Moran still, he's only pitched what, 50 innings or thereabouts as a big leaguer, but he's not yet given up a big league home run.
Unreal.
You keep the ball in the ballpark in the late innings, it's a big part of doing the job.
I think it's his ability to command that pitch to right-handers, the changeup. More than not, you're going to get soft contact. More than not, you're going to get swing overs like that. You respect the 96. Oh.
Nobody on base, no harm done.
Yeah, but it just tells you the situation of that mound. Second time now, somebody's had an issue with it. You know, a lot of times that dirt can get a little bit too hard, so you get stuck. Your cleat gets stuck.
Change up, it's 0-2. Austin Barnes has been a big part of this rally for Mexico. He got the hit that started it last inning. Also had a hit that fueled a rally that scored a run in the 5th. So another good game for Austin Barnes. 0-2. Fly ball, shallow left center. Kike Hernandez makes a running catch. 2 down.
Another good changeup right there. Kike, man, he's so good. He can cover so much ground. And you know, this is the beautiful part about this game. If you make a good catch in the outfield, more than not, good things happen when you're hitting.
They'd love to get Kike up. Puerto Rico would, but Arozarena just made the catch of the night, and now he gets to hold that bat. First pitch swing, ground ball to short. Lindor throws him out. So here we go. Puerto Rico down to their final 3 outs to the 9th inning. They need a run to keep playing. It's 5-4 Mexico.
Giovanni Gallegos of Ciudad Obregón is on the mound. Already ranks 10th all-time in saves among Mexican-born pitchers. And one face in the crowd tonight, Dave, Adam Jones himself, author of that great WBC catch. I texted Adam, I said, hey, where does the Randy Arozarena catch rank on the scale of Adam Jones? And he just said, that was amazing, a game-saving play.
I thought I saw Adam Jones here before the game tonight.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
What a player, huh?
This one wasn't a home run robbery, but Arozarena was spectacular in his own right. To keep Mexico ahead, Jaron Duran now takes over in right field for Mexico. So Duran replaces his Boston teammate Alex Verdugo, and the new pitcher is Gallegos. Christian Vasquez stands in against the right-hander. Mexico 3 outs away from a matchup with Japan in the semifinals. Vasquez 1 for 3.
One thing's for certain with Gallegos is Yadier Molina just caught him. So he knows everything Gallego likes to throw. He knows everything he likes to do with his sequences. You can see a vivid kind of meeting going on at the top deck with all the hitters that were coming up.
Yeah, in between innings, Molina kind of gathered the 3 hitters scheduled to bat here. Vasquez right through that fastball, and Yadi he was very demonstrative. And look, he was the Cardinals catcher last year in the big leagues for the guy who's on the mound.
You got to get on top, big time on top of his fastball. His fastball's got a lot of ride. You know about that good changeup, but the fastball, he'll really ride up on you.
Marchin and then Maldonado do. That one is lined into left center field. Vasquez has a base hit. Arozarena cuts it off. His throw comes back into second, and that will hold Vasquez to a single. But there's your base runner.
I will take a pinch runner is key right now. And here's Yadi coaching them up. Look at him. He's telling them, all right, this is what we got. It's a fastball. It's a changeup, a riding fastball, kind of letting him know, and it surely pays off with Christian Vasquez. He totally gets on top of this pitch. And now we got baseball. Would it be the short game? Would it be the let's get him over? Or would it be the, hey, we can do a hit and run here. We can do certain things.
Well, they will use the pinch runner. Johneshwy Fargas, who does have good speed at first. Young player. Marchin, the hitter. He shortens up like he might bunt and takes a pitch for a ball.
And Gallegos is a 1-4-3 to the plate. That's more of the average for pitchers. The quicker guys are more of the 1-2 going to home. The slower guys are more of the 1-6, 1-7.
It is off the line, but in. Tying run at first, nobody out with the pinch runner. And another square, the bunt popped up and caught. Gallegos made the catch. Good job by Fargas, because that could have easily turned into a double play. But a huge first out on a wasted out.
He just jabbed at this fastball for the bunt. You got to catch the ball, not jab at it. Good base running right there. Gallegos made an outstanding play.
It was a good play.
The steals in play here now. Got to get to second.
Yeah, see if you can salvage the situation. They're thinking the same thing Mexico is.
Well, there's one thing Maldonado likes to do, and that's ambush. Ambush what he's looking for. Problem is, I don't think he's faced that many hitters, not that many times in Gallegos being in the National League.
Swings at this one and pops it out. 2 down. Mexico 1 out away. The good news for Puerto Rico. You get one last at bat for your captain, your best player, Francisco Lindor. I don't know how you feel. To me, now that it's Lindor, I don't know if you can risk an out on the bases with your pinch runner. I don't think you can risk taking the bat out of the hands of Lindor.
Absolutely not. He's got the red light. This is going to be mano a mano right here. Your best against mine. Here we go.
This is it. Puerto Rico down to their final out. 1 out away from being eliminated. First pitch. Lindor pops it up. Foul. That'll make it back into the seats. He's had a great World Baseball Classic, doing it all. But he has to do something here to keep this game alive. For his team, for his country. The 0-1. Good take on that tough changeup.
I faced Gallegos in the past. I think his changeup is his best pitch. The fastball's got a lot of ride, but you really trust it. You really got to respect the changeup if you're a left-handed hitter. I would think the 1-1 is a changeup pitch. But if you're Lindor, it's got to start with the fastball. You got to adjust.
Third base is open. They've got the overshift on for Lindor. Well off the outside. He's ahead 2-1. If he reaches base, then Kike Hernandez would get a chance here in the ninth. There's Kike hoping. Change-up. Puerto Rico's down to their final strike.
Boy, that's a good changeup right there. You can go up the ladder now. You can continue with the changeup. Randy knows it.
The set. The 2-2 pitch. Lindor, line drive, base hit up the middle. Game's not over. Vargas stops at second.
What an at-bat. Gallegos, all he can do is just shake his head. 2-2 changeup right there. Lindor doesn't try to do too much with it. Look how simple, look how short he is. He's got to see the ball first before he reacts. Trusting your hands, trusting your eyes. Runners in scoring position all over again for Puerto Rico.
And we'll get another meeting on the mound here with the manager, not the pitching coach.
The situation here, Gallego likes to throw his changeup to right-handers too. Okay, He doesn't necessarily have a breaking ball. But the problem is, the rule number one, or thumb rule for a relief pitcher, is you got to be careful throwing right on right changeups. So fastballs to play, but Kike has done a really good job on getting on top of the baseball, especially with fastballs. That's his go-to guy. He can hit a fastball with the best of them in this league.
Vargas has plenty of speed at second. You got great speed at first in Lindor. Puerto Rico has not scored since the first inning. Kike Hernandez's walk in the first inning got that rally started. Can he tie the game and keep Puerto Rico's championship hopes alive? Here comes the first pitch. Off the inside, a changeup.
Ball out of the hand. Kike saw it really well. I would think the fastball is a challenge pitch. Kike likes the ball at inner third. Always looking in there.
In the dirt, man, not close, and a great save by Austin Barnes. Otherwise, you'd have to go ahead, run in scoring position.
What a block.
Wow. Because that thing bounced way in front of home plate. Two and 0. Gallegos, a bouncer toward third, scooped up, foul. A foul ball. A foul ball. Mexican fans want to believe, but just a strike.
Well, he got away with that fastball right there. No, Kike's rushed right now. I know it's a big rule, it's a big if on throwing that changeup to a right-hander. But you got to trust it. That's your best pitch.
Here comes a 2-1. That is a fastball for a strike. Once again, Mexico 1 strike away.
Good fastball right there. I think Kike got caught in between. That's usually a fastball he swings at.
Two. On the ground, foul. Managed to get a piece of the changeup. Live to see another pitch. Changeup, slider, off speed. He was out in front, and he did a good job. Rosarena's ready to sprint in and celebrate. Javi Baez in Puerto Rico trying to stay alive in this World Baseball Classic. Home run game, 9th inning. 2 on, 2 out. 2-2. That is strike 3 called. One of the biggest comebacks in World Baseball Classic history, and it sends Mexico into the semifinals for the very first time.
What a comeback. What a moment for Team Mexico. Viva Mexico. Well, Mexico is still alive. Unbelievable.
1/2 inning into this game, it was 4-0 Puerto Rico. We did not think we'd see that image of a celebration for Mexico on the field. Randy Arozarena, his adopted home country, so proud to be a part of this team from Mexico. And his catch will be remembered for a long time.
Well, they believed. Then you 4 runs. Just leave it there and give him a shot. As we see that slider right there completely froze Kike. Not much he can do with that. You see the excitement right there. 3 toughest outs in baseball are in the 9th inning. But what a game. Top to bottom, clean baseball.
He practiced throwing that glove a few pitches prior.
Look at this bench.
That was a great win.
That's a team win right there.
It was. So now it'll be Mexico and Japan in the semifinals. One more spot still to fill tomorrow night. Team USA and Venezuela.
And if you're Mexico, you're believing, right? You just beat a good team. Moving on. This team's got heart. This team's got character. Mexico's alive. And it continue.
And this tournament has drama. Man, if we had a lot of it. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern, right back here in Miami. It's the U.S. and Venezuela. For Yonder Alonso and our whole crew, Dave Fleming saying so long. We will see you tomorrow night here in Miami. Thanks for watching this presentation of the World Baseball Classic.